Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 41 of the New Slang Podcast. I'm Thomas Mooney, the editor-in-chief of New Slang here in Lubbock, and I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 of these podcast episodes out this week, so I'll make this really, really short. Episode 41 is with Mike of Mike and the Moonpies. We talk about their new record that's going to be coming out in February. A lot of other just stuff, George Strait music, Garth Brooks, that kind of thing. Just the typical stuff that we talk about with Mike. He's been on the podcast, I guess, 2 or 3 times now. And so if you haven't listened to those, go back and listen to those. He's a really interesting dude. A lot of knowledge about old school country music, TV shows, all that kind of good stuff. As far as stuff I've been writing lately, go to Wide Open Country. There's a piece on Willie Nelson that I've recently wrote. There's one that I helped contribute to as far as artists that you should be looking for in 2018. The 2 that I wrote on, that's Ross Cooper, who's from Lubbock. He's got a new record coming out. And Ben Danaher. He's a Nashville songwriter, originally from Texas. Really, really great song. Really great songwriter. Really, really great songs. Just, go read those pieces. Also, for some reason, the audio here, it breaks a couple times. I have no clue why. But for, a few seconds here and there, we just didn't record for some reason. I'll blame that on GarageBand. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So, like I said, I was going to make this really, really short. Here is the interview with Mike.
Drinking beers. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
what is this, like the 3rd time you've been on here?
Is it? Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
The first time, I don't know what we talked about. The second time we talked about television shows.
Yeah, I know. We got really into the television show stuff.
I realized how little I remember about shows. Like, I intently watch the show, but then I always forget plot lines.
Yeah.
Later.
Well, I mean, that's like in Lost and stuff like that. You can tell. What's up?
We're going to get food. Let me get you anything?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
But yeah, like Lost has.
Yeah.
Are you a Lost fan?
Oh, yeah.
Like Lost had like all these little things, especially like in the mid seasons where they really didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah. And they jump back and
at least
forth
on a
between so many
day-to-day
lines.
basis. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden here's Claire again. After.
Right. It's very confusing.
Yeah. But, anyways, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you read this piece I did, like the underrated George Strait songs.
I remember you talking about it, but I don't think I read it.
Okay, I wrote it on Wide Open Country. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah. You're working for Wide Open Country now a little bit.
Yeah, it was you're a Strait fan.
Yeah,
big fan.
Of course.
I was wanting to get your opinion on this. Actually,
Okay.
What you thought? Like what? Okay, first off, there was a song that I didn't put on here, but because I guess to backtrack.
Yeah.
I basically listened to every George Strait song a couple weeks ago, and from start to finish, and the one song that really stood out as far as like it just didn't feel like a George Strait song is this song called "She Loves Me, She Don't Love You," which was really originally written by Conway Twitty.
I don't even think I know that song.
And it's like George is like being the aggressor guy.
Really?
Yeah, like this dude comes up and like starts hitting on his woman, and he's just like,
That doesn't sound
Get
like
at
a
it.
pick song that a song that he would choose.
Yeah. So everyone go listen to it. You need to listen to it.
I will listen to it.
And it's just like even just the way he sounds in the song. He sounds kind of
Do you know what record it is?
Yeah, I do. I had it pulled
Straight
up.
Country or something?
No, this is actually like mid-90s.
Oh, really?
Like right at the, let's see here. It's on Living It Up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is also strange because he's like in the tuxedo.
He's in a tuxedo on that.
front.
Yeah, it's a weird cover.
Yeah. Yeah, this cover right here.
Yeah, it does. It's a strange. It's one of his stranger covers.
Yeah. On that record right there, there's Drinking Champagne.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm. I've come to expect it from you.
Yes.
The one song that I put on my list, though, on this record is Lonesome Rodeo Cowboy.
I don't think I've listened to that one either.
Man, it's a good song.
This is crazy. I'm getting a list of George Strait songs to listen to.
I know.
So my favorite, maybe?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. It Ain't Cool to Be Crazy About You.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. See, on that record, too, one of the things that you notice when you listen to in George Strait's entire discography at once is that's on, like, Hold Me Now.
Yeah.
Or Holding My Own.
Holding My Own.
Yeah. That record has, like, the longest song titles.
Yeah, for sure.
It has that on there. It has, like, there's some, like, is that also, like, Gone As a Girl Can Get?
Gone As a Girl Can Get, yeah.
I believe. It's amazing just how long those song titles are.
That's a great record.
Yeah.
The other one that I really, really like that I feel, and it was crazy because it was a album title cut, was Beyond the Blue Neon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that song. And I would love to play that song, but it's really hard. All those, like, jazzy, straight songs are the ones that I really like.
Yeah, that record right there, too, is that one has some monster hits on it, but, like, no one ever really talks about it as being, like, their favorite George Strait.
And that one, that was the one I think that I have, like, the most memory of that record. Like, I must have been really, really in the middle of my big George Strait phase when that record was out, because I remember everything about that record.
Here's that article, though,
Oh,
of the list. Yeah, see, I mean, for me, Pure Country was like that's whenever I can mostly remember George Strait as far as, like, the earliest memory.
That's his best-selling record.
Pure Country, the soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. I mean, but, like, right after
Hollywood
there, though,
Squares, that's on Beyond the Blue Neon.
yeah, see, like, a song like that, I feel like what surprises me most is, one, it's severely set in a specific time.
Sure.
Because of the Hollywood Squares thing, right?
Yeah.
But also it sounds like a single, but it was never released
Yeah,
as a single.
yeah, there's so many of those. He does, I mean, every record has, like, maybe 2 or 3 that aren't hits.
Yeah.
But the majority of those records are chock full of hits.
Mm-hmm.
And they're mostly Dean Dillon songs.
Yeah. Well, see, what's crazy about that first one on that list, Baby Your Baby.
Yeah.
No, not Baby Your Baby. Last in Love, Pure Country. That was written by J.D. Souther and Glenn Frey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
awesome.
actually, like, on J.D. Souther's first record.
Really?
Yeah. But if you listen to it now, you'll go, oh, I can hear those little bit of the Eagles-esque kind of sad thing
I'm
going.
going to be listening. It's going to be a George Strait day in the van tomorrow.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I'm not complaining about that.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, though. Did you see any of the conversation that I had with the George Strait stuff on Twitter the other day?
No, I missed that too.
Wow, man. Just not on Twitter these days.
I know.
No. Well, one of them was, like, when I went and listened to every record, every song, I said was, like, obviously from 81 to 2000 whatever, George didn't write but, like, one song.
Right.
But what I said was, like, every song feels like he grabbed ownership of the song in a lot of ways.
Well, he, like, that's his thing. He, like, I remember I read, like, he would just, like, drive around in his truck on his ranch and listen to songs that are being pitched to him, and, like, he personally picks all the songs that he does, and he says very like, he's a melody man.
Yeah.
Is what he calls himself. So, like, that's his first go-to thing, and that's why he loves Dean Dillon so much, is because there's so, the melodies are so good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he really curates this whole catalog himself, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's like, you see the evolution of the sound, because obviously at the very beginning it's the honky tonk,
Right.
Like, and what's strange too is, like, the Heartbreak song changes for him.
Mm-hmm.
The very beginning of the career, it's like, oh my woman's, she's decided to bust up with me. Well, hey, let's go to the bar and fucking get fucked up. Right. And then mid-career, like, the sad, heartbreaking song is, like, it's turned to shit. Like, we're, like, 10 years into a marriage.
Yeah.
And, like, now, like, these 10 years have been essentially wasted, and
Yeah,
I feel
somehow
bad.
He matured through his songs without writing the songs.
Yeah. Isn't that like, to me, that's like really strange and interesting, and
Yeah.
you know,
He thinks, I mean, I guess I don't know, man. His process must be pretty interesting. Like what he tries to keep close to home, you know, with his songs, or like I don't remember that thing about Baby Blue, and everybody said like a long time people were like, oh, he wrote that song and he wrote it for his daughter or whatever. None of that was true. You know what I mean? But it was close to something in his life at the time that he didn't write the song.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some sort of common thread there through his entire life that keeps it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, I think the thing about like him just starting to write songs in the last 8 years or whatever, that is like a development that I don't think anyone saw coming.
Right.
But he's not like a bad songwriter.
He's not bad. I mean, that song, I Can't See Texas From Here, the one that he wrote like early on in the career, that's a great song.
Yeah.
And he, like Johnny Bush cut that song too. Like that song's been covered before.
Yeah.
But I think he's only writing now because Bubba wants to be a writer. So like he wants to write with his son.
Yeah.
I think is the reason that he's doing that. Because I mean he doesn't need to write. But he also, there's a weird phase in his career where he quit picking Dean Dillon songs. And like his records got not as good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you also see like this jump between early 80s, in a lot of ways, like obviously he was a Nashville guy.
Right.
He went to Nashville, had major press, all that kind of stuff. King of country, but during the like around 89 to 93 or so, you see him go from being just a country megastar to being a megastar.
Yeah, and like a cultural
just like
icon.
Yeah, but and like where you don't just go, oh, George Strait, that's a country guy. Like everyone literally knows who George Strait is in like a sense where it's like just as like a pop star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his songs do change, and they become a little bit more mellow, and they become a little bit more I guess like more towards the middle.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, he's not offending anybody. He's not. Yeah, he's towing the line of being, you know, staying pop.
Yeah.
And not offending anyone.
Yeah.
Not doing anything that's out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I don't know. I find that so interesting, and I wonder if you go back and like really do the research on it. Like, I want to know, like, how conscious of a decision that was, and like what the team did to decide like how they would transition.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I wonder how much. I would assume that these days he has pretty much full creative control on every aspect. And in the middle, maybe he didn't. You know? Maybe like his manager, Irv Woolsey or whatever, was, you know, really directing his career in a way. Which, dude, I mean, I'll be completely honest. There's the later George Strait stuff, the more recent George Strait stuff, I just don't like.
Yeah.
Did he use his he used that auto-tune thing on that one song?
Yeah.
Like, he got weird for, like, why is he doing that? What's the reason for that? I think, like, Easy Come, Easy Go is, like, the last record that I liked of George's.
Yeah.
But after that, man, it's not interesting enough, and it's just not the same George Strait.
I think that there are some songs on that Love Is Everything. There's a few songs that I was like, oh, this is like the best George Strait record I've heard since It Just Comes Natural. I think It Just Comes Natural is like, as far as the later stuff, that's my favorite of the last records. That has
I probably stopped listening after Blue Clear Sky, probably.
Yeah.
That was about it for me. That was a really poppy record too.
Yeah.
That was kind of a turning point record, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's where I noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I was doing different things. Like, I was playing blues and stuff, and like I wasn't into it as much as I was as a kid.
Yeah.
So my perspective changed as well.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting to see, because like for me, it's not like those records I had or have, but you still heard them on the radio.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
We didn't have iPhones and iPods to pick up. It was just all radio stuff. So
I remember like having a Walkman at a family reunion, and I think it was a Blue Clear Sky record, or not Blue Clear Sky. No, it was one of those records like right around that time. And like that's all I listened to over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even listen to the radio. I just listened to George Strait tapes.
Yeah. That's what's also interesting to see is like all those guys when they just stopped doing vinyl, because like vinyl's it's back, right?
I just bought
But
Pure
like,
Country on vinyl.
Well, I was gonna see like I was gonna say like when did Strait quit cutting vinyl? Because I have like all the '80s stuff on vinyl,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where I don't know if I even saw, like if I went to like the local record store, wouldn't be like they would have the new stuff.
Yeah, did they even?
I don't know
Did
if
they print vinyl at all on any of those? Like I know they. I don't think they printed the Pure Country
I think it's
vinyl
like just
until
like
recently.
like a reissue kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I have a bunch of the old ones too. I have like Number 7 and like all that stuff on vinyl. And I wish I could have all of them.
Yeah.
On vinyl.
Because like I know like Garth Brooks, none of that's on vinyl.
Right.
Of course, that's like 89 plus, so
Sure.
it's not like people were buying records.
Yeah. I mean, at that time too, like I wouldn't really want those like really overproduced pop records on vinyl anyway.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's cool, I guess, to have the vinyl, but at the same time, like there's something about those older records that like that lends himself to vinyl way more than that overproduced thing that he was doing later on in his career.
You don't have a good ear. That's what it is.
that's probably what it is. Need a better record player.
Yeah. I was talking with somebody about that. I think it was like Judson Cole. Whenever we were doing a podcast, about a month ago, and I was saying we were talking about how vinyl is great and everything like that, and I'm not even like a big vinyl dude as far as knowing all of the how to set up all the stuff, but even whenever you do have the vinyl, it sounds better. But it sounds significantly better if you have a really amazing setup,
Absolutely.
which like 90% of us don't have.
Yeah. Like when I got my test pressings for this most recent record, I put it on a fucking Crosley. And I mean, it's cool, but it sounds like a shitty record player.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to take it to a place with a good record player.
Yeah.
But it's expensive to
I
have all
know.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
The thing you have to do is you have to have an old record player, or you have to go and like have a new thing.
I have one of those things in my house, but it doesn't work. One of those like credenza ones or whatever. It's like inside the thing with it's got the speakers built into it or whatever, and it needs like a new transformer or something. I could probably fix that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way to do it is have like an old ass record player.
Yeah. I found an old one at an estate sale the other day, and like everything worked on it except for the record player. And they're like, "You sure you don't want it still? 8-track works." I'm like, "No, I mean, it was kind of a deal breaker on that."
Don't have my favorite records on 8-track.
Yeah. I do have some 8-tracks, but it's like, what do you, no one's listening. Like the 8-track will not come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Is the thing, you know.
My dad has a bunch of 8-tracks, boxes and boxes and boxes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got one 8-track story, and it's not my story, but this is one that I'll always remember. My 8th grade history teacher was talking about how when he was growing up, he just turned 15, 16, getting his license, and bought like a Volkswagen or a station wagon used, and it had an 8-track in it, and he fixed it up and all this kind of stuff. And when he bought it, like the entire back was just full of 8-tracks. And the person he bought it from was like, "Yeah, you can have all of them. I mean, I can't play them, blah, blah." And so he was all happy and stuff.
He's buying his 8-track player.
And he got like this Volkswagen. It was, just a first car kind of thing. And the back was 8-tracks, and they all worked, all that kind of stuff. And he gets his license. And like, I think like within 2 weeks of having it, somebody freaking like ran a stop sign and like smashed the back end of it, and fucking just, one, it was totaled, but two is like all those 8-tracks were flying like all over the place. So, yeah.
This guy's really hip. All those 8-tracks, he's out there picking up 8-tracks off the street.
Yeah. You imagine that though? Like,
I rolled a truck like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was bad.
Yeah.
So I went back to the scene of the crime the next day, and like there were CDs and tapes and shit all over the road, and people out there in the street digging through my CDs, like picking up CDs and checking them out, like grabbing all that stuff.
Yeah. You're like, what do you do in that situation? Hey,
give me back my music.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. I would have to say something.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop. Didn't want anybody to know it was me.
Man. So yeah, you guys cut this new record.
Yep, we sure did.
Coming out in February.
Yeah, February 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Adam Odor, dude, slayed it. I don't think I can make another record now without having Adam Odor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it's that moment when you think you found, we found the guy for us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it changed the game, man. And now it's great because he's working at Yellow Dog out there in Wimberley, and now we can just kind of use the studio like all the time. It's like having a place to go and record it with a producer that we like and gets it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we did that Country Music's Dead thing, just because we could. You know what I mean? We did that after the record just because we wanted to make something else. And we had the opportunity to do it.
So how'd that come together first off?
The Country Music's Dead thing?
Yeah.
When we were,
it's not on the record and everything
it's
like
on
that.
record.
So.
When we were making our record, I think Baumann's record had just come out when we were recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked Baumann's record. And Baumann has a very identifiable voice, like the way he phrases things, the way his words come out of his mouth is very. And I wanted to do some kind of Willie Whalen thing at some point with somebody. I didn't know who I wanted to do that with. And we started talking about how much we liked Baumann's record and thought he'd be a good fit for it. And I like Baumann's style. Baumann seems like a lifer, like, we seem like we maybe cut from the same cloth a little bit. So it seemed like it would work out. So we hit him up, and he came out and we wrote that song. I had it as an idea for what potentially would have been on the record before, but it was an unfinished idea. So I thought it was a great opportunity to do a co-write and have some extra input on a song that I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
So me and Adam and Baumann wrote the thing in like a day, and then we recorded it maybe a week later or something like that with my band.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and him did vocals maybe a week or two after that. And it just came out so good. It's like exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of one-off singles like that. Like, I don't know how many I would do just by myself, like if just the Moonpies put out something, but I like the idea of a collaboration one-off.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a single-driven market kind of right now anyway. And it ended up being a good thing to have content before the record comes out and a promo thing for that and something for Steamboat, and it just timed out well.
Yeah.
And like I said, having Yellow Dog, we were able to do it in a pretty quick turnaround. And I'm stoked about it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's awesome. It's gotten all controversial on the
Has
internet.
it?
Yeah. Well, I'm a fucking idiot, and I started reading the comments on Saving Country Music.
Oh.
And it's just, there's so many trolls on that site, dude.
Yeah.
It's all it is. It's like a hub for trolls. Either that or I'm an asshole. So when it came out, this is how I know people didn't listen to it or didn't care, the people that said something on the internet. Because it was misspelled on Spotify and iTunes. It said County Music's Dead, right? And I was pissed off about it at first, but I was like, I don't care, whatever. Everyone knows it's Country Music's Dead.
Yeah.
And not a single one of these damn trolls said anything about that at all. But they had all kinds of other shit to say, like, "Wow, these hipsters are like, I'm tired of these hipsters doing Waylon beats. They didn't hear any music before 1973." And I was like, "You guys just don't understand. That's not even like the point. You didn't listen to the song. You don't understand what the song is talking about. Those assholes are the people I'm talking about in the song.
Yeah.
Fuck them."
It's like my favorite part is, well, it's everything. It's always been like this forever. But like the internet has just made it where you don't have to read anything and you can say what you want and no one's going to be like, I don't know. The internet in general is it's like a binary thing.
Sure.
You're either with us or against us. And one person says something and then like someone that's like, well, I don't agree with that. And then later everyone else is like, yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah. And then like on the other side, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, yeah, that's my thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's like no talking about it in the middle.
Yeah,
and
it's just hard to either side.
Yeah. But like you don't have to read anything, you don't have to listen to anything, and you can just say something, and there's no accountability, I guess.
But it's like the people that were commenting on it obviously do that on everything that guy posts on that site. They have their little fucking names on there, like Honky Guy or whatever, or like whatever their little screen name is.
Yeah.
And like that's just what they do.
Yeah.
And so they all kind of like know each other through the shit that they talk on those websites.
Click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But those people just don't get it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even, they don't understand what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they didn't listen to the damn song. Or if they did, thanks for the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I think first off, it's a good song, but also I do like of all the people, Baumann was a great choice because I think Baumann, I've said this before, Baumann like sings songs about Texas without ever like being like, hey, this is a Texas song.
Absolutely.
And there's something, the way he writes songs always feels like they're, and especially on that first record and EP, a little bit on that second EP, they're all like, location driven, which I think has really has made this new record better because it's like the new record's not location driven per se, but like it's made his writing better in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I think that he's doing this Texas thing, but he's not doing it in the way that everybody else is.
Yeah.
I mean, he has his own identity and his own style, and that's kind of what this whole thing is about, is like knowing what you like to do and how you do it, and doing that no matter what. Like, he's not writing something that sounds like a radio Texas country song, because that's not what he does.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the whole song is about. So yeah, I think he was a perfect fit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. The line about the trees, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was like, because I tweeted about that. I was like, well, I guess I'm a tree now.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that tweet. I see things that you see. If you wanted me to read a tweet, you got to tag me in it.
Yeah. Just from now on, yeah.
Just anything that you think is interesting, I might be interested in.
Yeah.
Tag me.
Because like there's, and in a lot of ways, I know like you're doing like on Country's Not Dead or Country's Dead, this tongue-in-cheek kind of way with it. But like Baumann's song where he's like, too soon for accolades, too late to quit. Like that's very much like in the same vein, but like I mean like, it's a funny line, and I think in a lot of ways, like it's too soon for accolades, too late to quit, but it's also like really can be depressing and heartbreaking at the same time.
I think that song is, when I heard that song, I think that's when I knew that it was going to be Baumann that did that thing. Because he writes a lot in that song about growing up and what he was listening to and his dad influencing him and giving records and stuff like that. And that's very much in the same vein about what I write about a lot. Yeah. So I mean, and we weren't like great friends. Like we hung out a couple times. We met at Steamboat a couple years ago, I think. So it was kind of I never do co-writes really. Yeah. So it was an interesting kind of experiment to put myself in as well, to just see how that would pan out. And that's by far been the best co-write experience I've ever had. And we also had Odor, and it was I think it really benefited by having three people. Yeah. Like any other time I've tried to do a co-write, it's just me and one other person in a room, and it just never really has clicked as well as this one did. So, yeah, I think maybe a three-way co-write is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
So this new record, you guys have released 2 singles, right? Already?
Yeah.
Like 2.
Yeah, we released Beaches of Biloxi and Road Crew. Yeah.
Beaches of Biloxi is like very it reminds me of like that late 80s country kind of the narrative of losing your money and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of that theme on this whole record, that kind of time period of country music thing.
Is it more nostalgic longing for that period, or is it more like it's trying to sound like that style?
It's kind of trying to take it in a different direction. It's kind of trying to put the balls back into that. Like that era was cool, but it was also, it lacked a lot of what happened earlier on with outlaw stuff, where it was just more in your face and more aggressive. So this is kind of a hodgepodge of those things, And I didn't intend it to be that way. It's just the way we wanted the record. The intention was to go in and just play like the band does. I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do anything on the record that I couldn't do live. And I wanted it to be our band and our guys. And it's like no acoustic guitar on it. I'm playing electric guitar the whole time. Like just a fun record to go and play.
Yeah.
And I tried to write kind of simpler songs because I wanted the band to be able to stretch out more and I wanted to be able to take. I got really tired of doing 24 songs in a 90-minute set. So I wanted to write songs that I could stretch out.
Yeah.
And like I can make these songs last longer. I can play less songs with longer music breaks or whatever. So I kind of geared myself in the writing phase to that, to lend itself to that. And so I didn't expect to get what we got, but I'm glad that it came out that way because it sounds like the band. And I'd kind of been thinking about that when we did the live record because that's what I wanted to get everybody used to the idea of hearing stuff on a record that's just off the cuff.
Yeah.
You know? Because the last record, Mockingbird, was really like organized and like these were all parts and like we worked out all these parts. And on this one, it's just kind of go in and play, and if that solo was good, then that's what we keep. If there's small mistakes in the record, then you keep the mistakes. Like, I just wanted to make a record like that, and I'd never done that before. And again, having Yellow Dog was great because we stayed there for 5 days, and that's the way I want to make. I'd never done that. I wanted to we're here for 5 days. I got 10 songs in a notebook. We're gonna record these songs, and that's gonna be a record.
Yeah. Is that how you typically write notebook?
Yeah, I do. It usually starts off with just voice notes on my phone, voice memos or whatever, and then I'll transfer that to paper. And that's when I kind of zone in on it. It's mostly just voice notes. I have so many voice notes, hundreds of half-written songs.
Yeah.
You know,
I do think there's something to like taking pen to paper though.
Yeah.
You know, that makes it like if I know I'm not writing songs, but if I'm like working on something, an article or something, right? And I'll typically start it out like on a notepad,
Sure.
or like on at least where I'm writing something, ideas down.
Yeah,
because I feel like it
gives you a way to think through it. Like seeing it. Like I'll go through, I'll write down all the lines that I have, and then I'll kind of like circle the ones that okay, I can make that a better line or whatever, and then sometimes I'll look up something on the internet or something, you know what I mean? Like, and you end up with like notes all over shit, scratched out and all that kind of shit. But yeah, definitely like just seeing it written down gives you a much more better perspective of like what you're actually talking about.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times if I'm just doing it on a voice memo, I'm kind of just like spitting out words that go to this melody that I have in my head that maybe make no sense at all. But then you write that down and then you see like kind of where your syllables are landing and, then you get a little bit more technical with it, I feel like.
Yeah.
So,
interesting. You say like, you'll look up something. I know Baumann does that too a whole lot, especially on those first records. He would look up to like, I'm writing a song about this area.
Right.
Let me go and look at a map.
Absolutely.
Shit. How much of that do you do?
I do a lot of that. And I picked up this thing from Felker. We were trying to write one time in Corpus, and he had his little notebook or whatever he has, and he had a idiom dictionary, and he's like, I use this all the time.
Yeah.
And then I went back and started listening to all these turnpike things. I was like, dude, this is all idioms.
Yeah.
Like classic idioms that you know what I mean. But like he's put a little turn of phrase on it.
Yeah.
And so now I have like a website that I have like an idiom dictionary app on my phone, and so I use that all the time. And that's like it gives you a good idea of, how to make one line a little bit more interesting. You know what I mean? Instead of just flat out saying something, you can say it with a little bit of pizzazz.
Yeah. Well, I know like anytime I've talked with him about songwriting stuff, it's been like just his use of idioms is always it comes out of left field in a lot of ways, right? And what makes it so interesting is obviously an idiom is something that we should probably all know,
Yeah.
It's
You
it's universal,
You understand
right?
what it means, yeah.
But like a lot of times he uses them in ways that you just go, oh shit, man, I didn't think about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I know, like on one of the new songs, he I'm trying to think what it is though. He basically it's an idiom, but like he replaced the first part of it for something else.
Yeah.
With something else, and like it took a few listenings to
pick it up.
really pick it up, and like 3 or 4 people to really hone in on, like, is this what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
He's a good turn in a phrase, man.
yeah.
That
He
you can
said that
write.
like that used to be kind of like a family game of just
Oh, really?
like creating idioms.
That makes sense.
You know,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah. Because there's like the one that I still think is the best idiom that he's used, or it sounds like an idiom, but it's not. Is like everyone wants to be Hank Williams, nobody wants to die.
Yeah.
Because that's like, oh, shit, man. Are you sure like people haven't been saying this?
Yeah. This has got to be somewhere in a book somewhere.
You know what I mean, though?
Dude, did you read that thing in, I think it was like Garden and Gun, that they said that he's the Springsteen of like Red Dirt songwriting or something like that?
Really?
And I was like, that's obviously very high praise,
Mhm.
but that actually, like, that makes a lot of sense to me, because it's all story driven and it's all like about these characters, and it's a lot of the same characters.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I've always said Faulkner,
Yeah,
like
for
in,
sure.
in
Yeah,
music form,
absolutely.
but
Yeah,
Springsteen though.
Those are both high praise. He deserves it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, I
music.
think like he's maybe like the best songwriter going right now.
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, everyone obviously there's Isbell and there's
Yeah.
Moreland and there's a bunch of other people. Laurie McKenna is
Yeah.
fucking amazing. But like as far as like, I think one of the most like what he's done, that's maybe not maybe it is different than everyone else though.
Yeah.
Is like he's created a world
Sure.
that's yeah. I mean like the Springsteen thing is apt because Springsteen made New Jersey into his own version of New Jersey,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they were spot on, man.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like I think Isbell is maybe the best one,
Mm-hmm.
but it's completely different than what Felker does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as far as this group of people, Felker's
Yeah.
at the top of his game, man.
Yeah. I wonder like how, you know, he's talked about like how, you know, he's dabbled in writing some short story kind of stuff, but like never really finished it and never really uses his best ideas for that kind of stuff because
Right.
he obviously wants to use them for songs. I wonder like if he'll ever go down that road.
Write a collection of short stories.
Yeah, a collection of short stories.
it.
I said a play or something, you know?
That would be interesting.
Yeah. A musical.
That makes for a great DVD.
Yeah. You ever do any of that stuff?
No,
Or are you just a songwriter?
I just write songs.
No painting, no
No,
drawing.
not really. I'm a terrible artiste.
There's
I can't even doodle.
I mean, there's people who buy that stuff though. Terrible art.
Yeah,
Market for it.
I can't even write handwritten lyrics to sell to people or give to people. Nobody can read that shit.
Man, BJ Barham has gotten that
yeah.
down.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of those where.
Yeah, I
Well-
think that's how he's affording Christmas gifts.
Well, one of the things too though is like I'm like, man, how is your hand not cramping
I
after?
know, man. I can't do that. Like just writing one song on a piece of like, and I get like a little thing on my hand, my finger, where my finger starts to hurt that little spot.
Mhm.
I don't like writing. I don't like writing or reading or doing anything.
Just watching TV.
I just like to watch TV and sing songs.
Yeah. Have you ever written a song about a TV show or like influenced by like, oh that's kind of funny or like, oh that's an interesting little
I think that
tidbit?
there's a lot of times where I'm inspired. Like I'll be like laying like on a couch or in bed or something, and I have the TV on and like have a guitar with me. And there's a lot of times where I'm inspired by something that's maybe on TV in a movie or something like that,
Mhm.
but I never directly take it from that. I just there's that they're just one of those moments of like, oh okay, I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot while I'm kind of in this weird zone where I'm kind of watching TV and kind of playing guitar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those things, but I don't think I've ever really written anything based like directly off of TV. What's that? Isn't there a Robert Ellis song that's like something about watching TV? Like the whole premise is watching TV.
Yeah,
I think there is.
I think it's like one of those long song titles too.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's a guy who, like, as far as like people liking the old Sturgill stuff, right? It's like, hey, if you like that, go check out old Robert Ellis stuff too.
Yeah, somebody commented that on that Saving Country Music thing too. They were like,
"That was me." I'm kidding now.
You're the honky guy.
Yeah.
He was like, because people were calling us hipsters or something, which I don't understand. I don't understand like why that is. Like, what am I doing that's so hip? Absolutely nothing. And they're like, if you like, if you think that's hipsters or not, like look at Robert Ellis. They would arguably say that he is a hipster because he has like a fashionable haircut and wears a suit or something. But they're like, go back to listen to his first record, Photographs or whatever, and like there's all kinds of classic country stuff on that. You know what I mean? And he was just like a long-haired hippie. Yeah. You know, there's way too much put on like what someone's character is outside of the music that they write or play. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I do think that there is this like, but I don't even know if I would say any of the people we're talking about, or there is this like aspect of, I think, of a certain kind of artist who would is doing, or who would do a song like, okay, it'd be like, if I don't even know if I have an artist though, but I think that there's like there is like a selection of people who are trying to play music, or they would do a cover, let's say an old cover of something as a hokey kind of thing, right? It would be like the same reason why, it's the same reason why a lot of people will cover Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places, right?
Yeah. I totally understand.
But I don't know if like any of the people, like I don't think like Robert Ellis is that way, or like y'all, or like
there are some bands. It's like
there is like honky tonk hipster bands, is what I would say.
Yeah,
but like not. I don't think like obviously what y'all were
in Austin. There's a handful of them that I'm not gonna sit here and tell you who they are.
Yeah.
But there's people that are doing it because it's a hip thing to do, and the White Horse exists. So like there's people that they want. It's just like every damn club in Austin started having a damn honky-tonk night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every club. And it's not because they're into it or whatever, just because there's so many people that are like doing it now.
Yeah.
That are just like faking it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like
I would suspect that like Marfa would be really high on these bands list of places. You know what I mean? That's that kind of where I'm like, y'all are doing it because there's this aspect of irony in it.
Yeah.
Or like you think there's irony. And like,
I just don't. I mean, we're doing it because it's what we sound like when we play together.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not trying to do anything. There's no like true. We don't sit there and say, okay, this thing's not country enough.
Yeah.
It's just this is the songs that I write. And this is how the band sounds when we play them. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing there that's like forced about it, and we're not trying to do it because it's cool. I'm not trying to do it to sell records because it's not cool, and I'm not selling it. Like if that was the case, I'd be doing something completely different.
Yeah.
So like all that other, if there's plenty of bands that do what we do on a fake level, just because it's a cool thing to do, and then there's plenty of bands that probably could be like us that want to do kind of what we're doing, but they don't because they want to be more commercial and more pop and sell more records. Yeah. So, I mean, it goes both ways. Yeah. You know, I mean, either, I don't know. I just think it's more important to me to do exactly what I want to do.
Yeah. I do think there's probably more listeners that are that way than bands.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And it's like my comparison would be a bunch of people being big Terry Allen fans, not necessarily because of like, oh, this guy is a great songwriter and a great artist, but like and typically it's like in this, it's like in a backhanded compliment kind of way of like, you'll never like it like in the outsider art aspect
Right.
of like Terry Allen is this outsider artist, and you'll never guess where he's from.
Sure.
Lubbock, Texas, and by God, like living in Lubbock, he must have suffered a whole lot,
Right.
and like that entire thing. Because I feel like there's a little bit of that as far as like the 60s and 70s, 80s or 60s, 70s, 80s Lubbock guys. Is thinking like these guys are all from Lubbock, and like, oh my God. Living in Lubbock must have really sucked.
Yeah.
And granted, it did, especially back then.
Yeah, then I'm sure it was
Like
really
they were like
fucking
really
tough.
suffering through.
Yeah.
Like, but there is like an aspect of like thinking of them as like a novelty or something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And there's a certain fan base that is like real. I suspect that they're like all real highbrow,
Yeah.
college educated kind of.
Well, it's like the idea of like people, all those people that talk shit about Midland. It's the same fucking thing. It's like, oh, well, they're not the real deal. This guy's not a cowboy or some shit like that. And these people don't even know what the fuck they're talking about in the first place. like that guy, Mark from Midland, really did grow up on a ranch and do all that shit, but he's not singing about that shit, nor is he trying to sell anybody on that shit. It's like people are so interested in what your background is, and like if you're real. It's like if it sounds fucking good and you like the fucking music, what the fuck do you care how real that person is? I mean, I think it's good to have a background that you can honestly sing or write about, and it's nice to be true to that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, like,
I think on the background aspect of that is that it was like a little like it became a bigger story than it really ever should have.
yeah,
Right. I do think like it's kind of like hokey and
Of
like,
course it is.
I mean,
of course it is. But what's
I
what's
think
not in that market?
my thing is though is like had they never even said that, it wouldn't have never been
Sure.
a deal. And hell, for all I know, somebody said, "Hey, let's do this because
Of
it's going to
course.
get like a lot of."
Yeah, that was a big machine decision, obviously, to
So-
make that their, because that's the only story they had as a publicity thing for their press release. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say about three guys that dress the way they do and play what they play? Like, how do you make that a story? And the obvious way is to say these guys grew up in the honky tonks and blah
Yeah.
blah blah and all that kind of shit, which may or may not be true. I mean, I know for a fact it's not true, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, their bio reads like our bio is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Their bio reads like they played all these places that we played and they never played. I was there, you know, they didn't play those places. And like we played with them at Pootie's one time, you know what I mean? They're all really nice guys. I've known them for a couple of years. They're great guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about what their publicist wrote for, you know, to give them the opportunity to be successful.
Yeah.
And I hope they are successful. It doesn't all that's going to fade away. It's already gone now anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Those guys are making another record
Yeah.
with Paul Franklin on it and like all the Nashville cats. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big machine thing.
Nashville Cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
like, I think that's the one of the other things I said about them was that we can't go. What's happening in that or in top 40 country is all shit. It's all bro country.
Right.
I absolutely hate it. Yada yada yada.
Right.
And then somebody does something the total opposite, and then go. But I don't mean like that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is an aspect of that where I think that, like, I wish you're nostalgic for the way things used to be in the 90s and the 80s, and a band comes and it may not be genuine or authentic.
Right.
Those are both in quotes, air quotes.
Right.
But, like, if they're sounding like that, you can't necessarily also go, but not that band.
Yeah.
I want this band.
Yeah.
You
This
know,
is what
or-
you ask for.
Yeah. And everything's like in waves like that, right?
Sure. I mean, their records are really well produced albums
Mhm.
that are made to sound like what they sound like. You know what I mean? It's all it's all set up for a reason, for an end game. You know what I mean? And I think a lot, like, none of those kind of records are my favorite records.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my favorite records are somebody who's not trying to do anything. It's just, that's a fucking band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all too set up for me to be into it. It's just not
Calculated.
It's not
measured.
I don't care if it's not real because of their background. I care that it's not real because it's just not. It's not real. It's all manufactured for a reason.
Yeah.
And they're just like the pawns in this game that Big Machine is playing to sell records.
Yeah.
I mean, so whatever, good for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those guys knew what they wanted to do, and they set out and accomplished it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. I will open for them. I don't care. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Like, I would love to play a show with Midland. Let me just say it here on this podcast right now.
You know what? The one thing also, this is something totally a little bit different, but kind of related. I don't like how, for all intents and purposes, Midland's a new band.
Right.
I don't like how, like, really, instead of, like, getting their own tour and, like, being, like, a mid-major tour, per se, right? Why are they, like, the 30-minute set opening for a massive tour? Like, why is like that the system that people use versus?
Because they do like they're the band to play in when you're walking into the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if anybody saw that Garth Brooks tour, but there was like 2 of those like on opening for him. So like it's all just while you're getting seated and like the house lights are on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think it's for a couple of reasons. It's probably pretty financially responsible of everyone involved to do that.
Probably, yeah.
You know? And grinding it out for them. Like, you know, their backstory reads like they already did the grinding it out. But in reality, if you have a record that's spinning, if I had a record that was spinning on the radio as much as theirs is, I would happily grind it out doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be amazing. That's building something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just going and playing in front of, you know, John Party or Florida Georgia Line, you know, for a month.
Yeah.
That's just the way that Big Machine has it figured out.
Yeah.
And I think it's also, they do a lot of those shows with just the 3 dudes. Because they don't, you know, I mean, like they have the other guy, the Luke guy that plays guitar, and they've had rotating, you know, drummers and stuff like that. But they don't take them on the road all the time, you know. So it's just like a lot of times it's just easy for them to show up and sing those 3 or 4 things they have on the radio.
Yeah.
While people are walking into the room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously it's going to work for them. They're going to continue to grow, and then they'll have some sort of headlining tour themselves.
Yeah.
Years from now, I bet they do this for a while. The really early opening slot.
Yeah. See, I just don't understand, like, I understand why there is that aspect of, like, going out in tours and whatnot. But I'm also like, man, all those bands should be trying to go out and do rooms like this, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
And going out for either doing the weekend thing or doing months or weeks or whatever out in other places,
off, whatever,
right?
Do it, yeah.
Especially if you have like the backing and the financial. I don't know. Like, I just think like
Lady Gaga just did it. She just went around doing small rooms. And she did the whole tour of it.
Lady Gaga. I think she's like she's one of those artists where when she first came on, she was so polarizing, right?
Right.
Either you loved her or you hated her. And I thought she was good, but then like what bothered me, the only thing that really bothers me about artists like her is that her fandom is usually like over the top, where like if you said, I like that song by Lady Gaga but not this one, they're like, oh, blah blah blah, and they're just on your back, you know, that kind of aspect.
It's interesting about Lady Gaga because I've heard some of her songs before, and I think she can sing really well, and I've heard some of that stuff that she recorded. Who she recorded, like with like Barry Manilow or something like that? Didn't she?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
So like I heard some of that stuff. I mean, she's great, but like I don't know any of her songs, and she's a mega star.
Yeah.
It's like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
I don't know a single Ed Sheeran song, but he's huge.
Yeah. I only know the song that was on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, when he's sitting around the campfire.
Yeah. Everyone shit so
It was
much
huge.
on that thing. And I was like, man, when I was just thinking, honestly, I thought, one, I didn't think it was that bad. But
Yeah.
two, I thought, this is going to be such a weird thing in like 30 years when people are like going back and like rediscovering. Like there'll be like a renaissance for Game of Thrones in 30 years and they'll be like, what was this?
They were kind of playing it like he was going to be a reoccurring character. And then when I first saw that scene, I was like, don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I thought like we were going to see that bunch right
Yeah.
there a few times.
Yeah.
At least one more time. And there was going to be like I shouldn't
And
have
that was
trusted
it, right?
those. Yeah.
That never turned into anything. That was just a plug for Ed Sheeran to be in Game of Thrones, right?
It was that, and I think like there was a little bit of like making Arya, like humanizing Arya in a way. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
We have like one more season of that, and it's not until next year.
sucks.
I know. When stuff like that happens, I'm like, man,
I know.
like you. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get in trouble or anything, but that's like one of those. I feel like there's people out there who are like, don't go to jail.
Yeah.
Next in 2019, right? I guess 19. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Stuff like that.
I'm excited.
You imagine like just going to like being sentenced to. I'm sure like there's not a whole lot of Game of Thrones or hell, I don't know, fans who are like
That are going to go to jail
Yeah.
for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
For however long the season is, like 3 months or something.
Well, imagine going to getting sentenced to death or something, right? Or
You die before the last season of Game
Yeah.
of Thrones.
no last meal, just
Let me watch that season.
Yeah.
Let me watch that last episode of Game of Thrones.
yeah. That would be. I don't know.
Do they have like if you're in like a maximum security prison?
I'm sure you can pay for HBO.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you've got to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that wouldn't be that bad.
Would you watch? You just like watch every
Yeah.
Season.
If I was in prison,
of everything.
I would watch so much.
Oz.
TV. Yeah. It's so close.
Prison
to home.
Break. That's what you're watching. I don't know.
Mm.
I never watched Prison Break.
I don't
so,
know. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
What's that show? There's some show that comes on. It's like a lawyer show. That it comes on like right before another show that I watch. It's like Suits.
Oh.
And so I've seen like the last scene of like almost every episode of Suits, but it's just like the last scene because my DVR records that last minute of it.
Yeah.
And it's always the exact same scene. It's like
That's USA, right?
I think so. It must be Mr. Robot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
That's
think it's
gotta
probably
be what it is.
Mr. Robot. I've not
Yeah.
watched the last couple seasons of Mr.
I haven't
Robot.
watched the new one because I tried to watch the new one when it came on a month ago or whatever,
Mhm.
the first episode, and I was so lost of like what was going on. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember anything, so like okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the last season, and I just don't feel like I want to do that.
Yeah. That first season was so fucking good.
It was.
And like the second season started and I was kind of like a little lost and thought, man, I'm just going to let this finish out.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it all at once.
Do you watch The Girlfriend Experience? Have you seen
No,
that?
I've not watched that, no.
It's interesting. They did a weird thing
What's
this
up,
season.
what's that on?
Stars maybe
Oh, I don't.
or
I've not watched
Showtime.
any Star
I don't
stuff.
know.
Or Showtime.
A lot of those networks are coming out with decent shows these
Yeah.
days. Like everybody's getting on that HBO bandwagon and having like all this independent.
Yeah, HBO just added like 3 or 4 shows that are all from different countries. Like there's like a one I believe that was made in.
It's like
Denmark,
a German one, maybe.
or a German. Yeah, there may be a German one. I
I
think there was like
know.
one that was like made in Denmark.
There's
which is like,
something else that just maybe I'm thinking something on Netflix, but it just came out.
oh,
and
you're
it's,
talking about like The Dark or
Dark.
something.
That's
yeah,
what
Dark.
it is.
Yeah.
Have you watched that yet?
No, I've not. But yeah.
It's I put on the first episode. It's dubbed in English,
Okay.
which is weird. I don't think I've ever watched anything that was.
Is it good dubbing or is it like?
It's decent, but I mean, what's good dubbing?
Yeah.
I know that that's not what they're saying. I know that's not their voice.
Yeah. So are you one who would Just watch with whatchamacallits?
With subtitles.
Yeah.
I hate subtitles though, because
Oh,
I don't like to read a show.
Man.
I can't.
Someone who always subtitles on.
You leave the
basically-
subtitles on all the time.
on shows that I watch, not like on the news or something like that. Not on. I watch a lot of sports. Not a lot of sports actually. I just watch Mavs games really. So I obviously don't watch subtitles.
I turned the subtitles on my TV the other day because I was watching the Larry David hosted episode of SNL, and they did a sketch, and he says my last name. My last name is Harmeier.
Mhm.
That's a strange last name, right? And I thought he was like, I think he just said my last name, like as a character name. Somebody he was talking about. He's like a principal or something at a school.
Yeah.
I'm like Laura Harmeier or something like that. I was like, no way. So I had to turn the subtitles on to make sure.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Well, I always go back and like have to do the
Oh yeah,
the rewind, try and catch something.
yeah.
What I always hate though is
You don't. That doesn't bother you having all those words on your screen?
no, like I'm able to bounce back and forth pretty easy, and it's like not
Man.
necessarily like for some reason I'll read along the entire time.
So think about what you're missing. on
No,
the
I'm not
screen.
missing anything though.
You guys can't read that and see
I sit
every little.
so far back, I'm able to just catch it all at once. You know, there's like those people who read lines at a time versus reading words.
Yeah.
And as strange as it sounds, I read a book about trying to read that way, or at least the first part of it.
How did you read that?
And man, that's one of those things like I'm not able to do. I have to do word. But
I'm not.
yeah, I don't know. Subtitles is fine with me. What I was gonna say though is like, have you ever tried? You see like a funny joke or something, you're like, oh man, I remember that, and so you like rewind it and you try, or like you see some weird and funny.
You're trying
So
to.
you rewind it and then you try and record it, and then you're like you're off a little bit, and you're like God, and you do it like 8 times or something like that.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
done that before.
There was this one guy earlier this season, Tech game versus TCU, and there was this guy on TCU, or was a fan of TCU, and he's wearing these overalls, and he was like going crazy, and like he didn't have a shirt on underneath, and it was just like the most funny dancing, and I was like, dude, that dude is such a what the fuck, and it took me like 8 times to
get it?
that. Yeah, there was another game where I think it was it may have been like last year. There was this dude who was doing like an air guitar.
Yeah.
And I captured that one, and it was funny. But what sucked was I couldn't ever upload it just to Instagram because like Instagram is like 3 seconds or longer.
Yeah.
But I had that as like just whenever I don't know, like I would throw it up as like whenever great guitar solo comes
yeah.
out.
You're creating your own memes.
Yeah, creating your own memes. Yeah.
I
So.
recorded one of Rachel Maddow saying that she was listening to John Moreland, and I put that on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I rewound that a couple of times before I got it right. I
Yeah.
had to get that perfect.
I know.
And then I had to let everyone know that I was watching Rachel Maddow.
I used to watch her all the time.
Yeah. I
don't
like
know.
Rachel Maddow.
Uh,
She's a little bit stuck up, but I still like her.
yeah. Does she still do on like I guess you probably don't watch her much on Fridays.
No.
Because on Friday she used to do this thing where she would always like do cocktails.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
yeah. I think it was like only a Friday thing.
Yeah,
I don't think you can
I've
really-
ever seen it on Friday.
Do it like on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But,
Cocktail Tuesday.
yeah. I feel like I don't know. Some of those news people. Okay, actually, I don't know.
What news network do you watch? Be honest.
I always watch MSNBC.
Yeah, me too.
I watch that, or I'll throw it on CNN every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
I definitely just watch MSNBC. It's like on in my house
yeah,
on at least one television, 24/7.
yeah. See, like my thing now is that it's you don't even have to watch the news.
Yeah.
If I hear something, it's typically my first thing I'll do. Like, let's say if I was, well, that's probably a bad example. Let's say I saw something on the local news or running across the bottom
Yeah.
of Sports Center or something like that. My first thing is not to go. Let me go turn it to.
Let me turn on the television.
It's go onto Twitter
Yeah.
and search on Twitter because
Yeah,
it's
you
like
just-
it's so much quicker
And you
there.
just search like that thing or what's trending or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just don't use Twitter enough. I have been lately, but I don't know. I got off Facebook. Like, I was trying to disconnect from the social media world. I mean, I have to stay connected because of the band and stuff, but I just feel so much better. I feel cleaner.
Yeah.
Not being uninvolved in the conversations on Facebook and Twitter. I mean, I still get involved in it sometimes, but
see, like for me, like I like getting into the music conversations and
You're
all that
good
kind
at
of stuff.
Twitter.
But like there is like the aspect of like when you see stuff that you're like, oh,
yeah,
what? Like, how is that an opinion on something?
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's frustrating.
I don't know. It's worse on Facebook just because like I don't know. I think it's worse on Facebook just because there I think what happens is in your head you think I can say whatever I want because these people said they're my friends and you're supposed to be honest with your friends, then why
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you accepted my friendship, my Facebook request friend, then that means like you gave me permission to say whatever I want or something like that.
Yeah.
In this weird, strange way. But I don't know. I think like Facebook is just worse.
It's, you know, like there's a whole generation.
Because
of people
everyone's
now,
on Facebook.
There's a whole generation of kids now that aren't. Like, all the people that are younger than us, like, don't do Facebook. It's like, it's their parents' thing or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Instagram.
Instagram is it. Like, and I think there's probably other ones I don't even know
LinkedIn.
about. LinkedIn. Yeah, it's LinkedIn is huge.
Yeah.
Generation, what is it? Generation Y? What is that generation?
What?
It's like after
us?
millennials or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't either.
Do they have a name yet?
Yeah, I think so.
You would think that like you would let the generation name themselves.
No.
You know what I mean?
That. We're naming them.
That's like such a baby boomer thing. Of being like, we're naming all the generations from now on. So, I don't know. Yeah. Well, want to go get a beer?
Yeah, because I'm out of beer.
Let's go do that.
All right.